Hi everyone, welcome to Jamal's Tube. Today I'll be covering on the red blood parrot cichlid. This fish is quite popular because of its distinctive and striking appearance. I hope you guys stick around and watch this video till the end. In terms of its physical characteristics, their color is usually typically bright orange-red. There are some that are yellow, white, and even purple variations. The intense coloration is what makes them stand out. They have a rounded balloon-like body with a beak-like mouth, which is often seen as smiling. This unique shape is due to selective breeding. In terms of its size, they usually grow up to 8 to 10 inches or 20 to 25 centimeters in length when fully matured. They have large fan-like fins and a prominent high set of dorsal fins. In terms of its behavior and with its Oscar tankmates, they are generally peaceful, making them a good choice for community aquariums. However, they can be very territorial, especially when spawning. What I can see here is that because of its larger size, it keeps bullying my black red tiger Oscars. However, based on the Oscar body and its mouth compared to my red blood parrotfish, the parrotfish has a slightly smaller mouth, so I'm not so worried about the parrotfish biting my Oscarfish. However, because of its beak-like mouth, why they're named as parrotfish, they're quite active swimmers and enjoy exploring the tank. They may sometimes dig the substrate. As a bully, I've noticed that they actually ram straight into the Oscarfish. This I am worried about. However, if you're interested in knowing more about the Oscar care, you can click on this link here. I am not too worried about them currently because the Oscar will eventually get bigger and more or less the same size as the blood parrot. Currently, I believe they're just trying to adapt with each other. I do keep a close eye just in case if there are any bite marks or damage done, then I'll go ahead and take them out from their tank. However, it's been a few weeks now and so far they seem to be doing okay. Occasionally the slight skirmish, but besides that, nothing too serious. So in terms of its compatibility, blood parrots do well with other medium to large sized fish that are not overly aggressive. In terms of its tank requirements, a minimum of 30 gallons is recommended for a single fish, but if you want to have multiple individuals, I would suggest a 50-gallon or more, basically 3-foot or bigger tank. In terms of its water, I keep them currently at 28 degrees Celsius and they seem to be okay. They prefer a warm water temperature between 24 to 27 degrees Celsius and a pH of 6.5 to 7. A good filtration due to their sensitivity to poor water quality. However, these red blood parrots are actually quite sensitive to poor water quality, so you need to make sure you have a good filtration. Substrate, you can use sand, smooth gravel, anything that is not too sharp since they like to use their beak to dig around the substrate. In terms of decoration, I would suggest making small caves, rocks, and plenty of hiding spaces. Once again, make sure that the decorations are smooth to avoid injury due to their awkward body shape, and they do like to fit into smaller places. So make sure if you have hideouts that it's either not big enough for them to fit or smooth enough for them to not get hurt. Food-wise, they're omnivores. A balanced diet would include pellets, frozen or live food such as bloodworms or brine shrimp. You can feed vegetables, though I don't do that often. I normally rely on the pellets or flakes designed for cichlids as they do tend to have the complete nutrients. In terms of its health and care, because of its hybrid nature, some blood parrots have deformities such as difficulty in closing their mouths properly, which can affect feeding. They may be prone to swim bladder disorders due to their body shape. Keeping the water clean and feeding a varied diet helps maintain their health. A little bit of its origin. A lot of aquarists, fish hobbyists, consider the blood parrot as unnatural because it is a man-made hybrid from Taiwan. It is believed to be a cross between the species of Central American cichlids, such as the Midas cichlid and the redhead cichlid. They were first developed in Taiwan in the 1980s and since have become a controversial topic because of its genetic modifications. In my personal, honest experience, by keeping the red blood parrotfish, I find it quite a rewarding experience, especially because the environment I'm trying to build is catered to suit their needs. They're quite simple. I will go over my personal experience on keeping the blood parrotfish. If you live within the northern or southern hemispheres where the temperature drops, then you'd probably need a reliable heater to maintain this temperature of 24 to 27 degrees or 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. In terms of its pH, it likes a slightly acidic to neutral pH in the range of 6.5 to 7.4. Moderate water hardness is ideal. You can aim for a range of 6 to 10 DGH. In terms of its filtration, because they produce a lot of waste and when they eat very messy, like my Oscarfishes, I currently have a top filter. So this filter sucks the water in, brings up to the filter box on top of the tank, and the filtered water will be dropping back into the tank. They prefer well oxygenated water. Currently, this setup is quite useful as it does create oxygen into the water levels and keeps aeration and flow within the tank so that there is distribution of clean filtered water. If you're going to be using canister filter, then you might have to attach an oxygen pump to aid with the oxygen in the water. In terms of the water changes, I perform about 25 to 30% weekly just to maintain the water quality. They are quite sensitive to high nitrate levels, so that's why you need a very good filter system. In terms of its food, I do feed the same food I feed with my Oscars, but because I want the Oscars to get slightly bigger and I want everyone to chase after the food, I've noticed the parrotfish actually attacks the black Oscar simply because the black Oscar knows when I'm about to drop food. So the parrotfish actually thinks that the Oscar is the one producing food. So that's why I noticed that the parrotfish keeps attacking the Oscar. So what I do is then I will feed them very small pellets as well as flakes. The flakes is good enough so that everyone can chase after the flakes in the water, like I'll be showing you. And the pellets generally contain more calories, of which will help grow in size and the color of both my Oscars and my parrotfish. I would avoid fatty foods like beef heart or feeder fish because these can cause digestive issues, and feed 2 to 3 small meals a day instead of one large meal to avoid overeating as well as causing unnecessary ammonia spike in your tank. In terms of its behavior, the other good tank mates that I would add would probably be other peaceful cichlids such as severums or firemouth, gouramis, silver dollarfish, rainbow fish. Some tank mates to avoid: very aggressive fish. So if my Oscars were slightly bigger, I would not probably put this sized parrotfish. Currently, the parrotfish is slightly bigger than the Oscars and they will adapt when they grow. This is a better preferred setup that I would go along with. Next is fin nipping fish such as tiger barbs and very small or timid fish which might be bullied and eaten. So I wouldn't put tetras inside, maybe the slightly bigger serpe tetras. In terms of its health and maintenance, I do observe the colors of my fish. I look for signs of stress such as hiding more than usual, as you can see, faded colors, or loss of appetite. Currently, the colors are not faded, nor do they have a loss of appetite. Everyone's really hungry and everyone's color is showing quite brightly. In terms of its water quality, currently my tank setup should be a great setup for them. If you want, you can add fish vitamin supplements for your parrot and your Oscars as well if you want to ensure they grow to be a beautiful specimen. In summary, Some quick tips is that just make sure that the water parameters are stable by doing regular water changes, and keep monitoring them in terms of their activity and their food and their color as well. You should avoid stress, so don't change the tank setup all the time. If you do, you need to consider that it'll take at least a week or so just to adapt to it and become more confident. The blood parrots are actually quite intelligent and interactive, and they will recognize you as their owners. You can use your fingers in the shape of like a worm, or just gently tapping on the glass, or using feeding tools so that they are used to your touch and your presence around the tank. That is all for me today. I hope this video helped shed some light to you in terms of how to take care of your blood parrot cichlids. If you guys have any questions, write down in the comment section below. I would appreciate your thumbs up if you liked this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And if you want, you can also hit that notification bell so that you never miss any uploads I make. That is all for today, guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys in the next video.